Hey there, TikTakers! The new year has finally arrived, and as you most likely know, it isn't 2021 yet in many different countries throughout the world. However, have you ever wondered the exact reason for that? First, we need to keep in mind that the Earth takes 24 hours to rotate around its axis. Each one of those hours divides the Earth in 24 sections that we call the time zones, resulting in the world countries having different times. The Greenwich Meridian is taken as the starting point, an imaginary line that connects the poles and gets its name from crossing the London district of Greenwich. To understand it better, imagine that the world is a ball divided in 24 vertical wedges. Now we trace a wider line, which will represent the Greenwich Meridian. All the sections located to the right side of the line will have 1 hour more than the previous one. Thus, if you are 3 divisions to the right, that will be 3 more hours. And all the sections located to the left will subtract hours. Thus, if a country is located 4 zones to the left, it will have 4 less hours than the central zone. And now that we understand why the world is divided in time zones, we can understand why in Mexico City it's 11 a.m. while in Brazil it's 2 p.m. There is a 3-hour difference between those countries, and this is due to the Mexican city being 3 sections to the left of Brazil. Although most countries follow this rule to determine what time it is there are some exceptions. For instance, some countries are way too big and different regions within that country end up falling in different time zones. One interesting case is China, because even though different portions of the country fall in different time zones, the government imposes a single unified time. Thus, sometimes the time adopted by a country is politically imposed. Now, which point marks the actual change of day? We will explain it with an example. If we are located in Greenwich at midnight of February the 2nd and we move 12 time zones to the right, it will be 12 in the morning of February the 2nd. However, if we move from Greenwich the same number of time zones but to the left, that will be 12 less hours, and thus it will be 12 in the morning of February the 1st. That imaginary line where one day changes to the next is known as the International Date Line. The main part of the line is located in the Pacific Ocean, although it isn't a straight since some countries are located to its right or its left depending on what they prefer. Being on one side or the other of the line determines the day we're living in, and for that reason, some countries celebrate the New Year one day earlier. And so, where is the New Year welcomed first? The first locations are Kiribati, the Samoan Islands, and Tokelau, at the Australian northeast. For decades, the Kiribati Republic was the first country to welcome the New Year. However, here is something interesting about the Samoan Islands and Tokelau. In 2011, they became the first countries to welcome the new year when they decided to put themselves on the other side of the international date line. On December 30th, 2011, they didn't do anything since that day didn't exist for them. They spent December 29th and 31st adjusting their calendars to sync them with those of other countries, which is a move that helped them improve their economy. Thus, part of the Samoan Islands and Tokelau stopped being some of the last countries to celebrate the New Year to become the very first ones. However, only one region of the Samoan Islands changed their calendar. The American Samoa, which belongs to the United States, didn't do so. Therefore, the American Samoa is the very last place on Earth where people celebrate the New Year. Many tourists actually travel to these islands in December to be the first ones to celebrate the arrival of the new year. And finally, did you know that traveling 1 hour by plane allows you to move a time zone distance of 1 day? We hope you found this information interesting, TikTakers, and Happy New Year! If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, and if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!